Geno Smith is officially packing his bags and heading back to New York in a blockbuster trade that absolutely nobody saw coming. The Las Vegas Raiders are clearing the runway for number 1 overall pick Fernando Mendoza, and the entire landscape of this franchise has just shifted. Grab your popcorn, Raider Nation, because the front office is playing absolute chess while the rest of the league is playing checkers. If you want the absolute most passionate, hard-hitting Raiders coverage anywhere on the internet, do me a massive favor and smash that like button, share this video with your crew, and subscribe to the channel right now. Let's get straight into the madness that dropped less than an hour ago. NFL insider Tom Pelissero just blew up the timeline with news that the Las Vegas Raiders traded two-time Pro Bowl quarterback Geno Smith back to the New York Jets. After the disaster class we witnessed last season, moving off this guy was exactly what every diehard fan prayed for. We are sending Geno and a 7th-round pick to New York in exchange for a 6th-round pick. Now, you might roll your eyes, thinking a late-round pick swap is nothing. But let's be real. You move up 20 to 30 spots in the draft, get better capital, and clear the locker room of a guy who just wasn't cutting it. It is widely expected that we are drafting Cal quarterback Fernando Mendoza with the number 1 overall pick. The runway is entirely clear for the rookie to come in and take the keys. There is one major catch that has me frustrated though. The Raiders are eating the bulk of Geno's salary just to make this trade happen. If we had flat out released him, we supposedly could have saved $8 million against the cap. The Jets get a starting quarterback for barely over the league minimum, while we foot the bill. Does it really make sense to pay a guy's salary to play for another team just to move up a few spots in the 7th round? I guess the front office felt the draft positioning was worth eating that $19 million guaranteed hit. Either way, the Geno Smith era in Vegas is over. The quarterback room isn't the only place experiencing massive tremors. Daniel Carlson is officially a free agent, and instead of paying him, the Raiders signed veteran kicker Matt Gay. This practically slams the door shut on Carlson returning. And honestly, I am completely okay with it. Let's not sugarcoat this. Carlson has struggled terribly over the last couple of years. It's one thing if your kicker misses a booming 58-yard attempt, but we watched Carlson miss crucial 40-yarders. You cannot build a championship-contending team when your kicker is a liability from close range. Matt Gay is a machine under 50 yards. Accuracy trumps leg strength every day. You drive down the field, get stalled, and you need automatic points. You can't have a shank completely shift the momentum. Gay gives us that stability. It is the end of an era, though. Think about the guys who made that transition from Oakland to Vegas: Max Crosby, Colton Miller, A.J. Cole, and Daniel Carlson. With Crosby and Carlson gone, only Miller and Cole remain from that original core. Let's pivot to the rest of free agency, because we are sitting on a massive pile of cap space. We have already made huge splashes to reinforce this defense, bringing back Eric Stokes, landing linebackers Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker, and securing Malcolm Kuntz. But rumors are swirling that pass rusher Trey Hendrickson wants a massive payday, demanding north of $35 million. Let me be clear, paying that right now would be a massive trap. If we were one edge rusher away from a Super Bowl, sure. But we are handing the franchise to rookie Fernando Mendoza. We are in a development window. Sinking $35 million into a veteran when we still have Tyree Wilson entering his 4th season makes zero sense. Tyree was a 7th overall draft pick. I want him on the field for every single snap. We need to find out right now if Tyree Wilson is a legitimate cornerstone or a bust. Save that cash. Let that money roll over into next year when we have a clearer picture of our true Super Bowl window. We need to be smart, methodical, and completely ruthlessly efficient with how we allocate every single dollar of this cap space moving forward. Looking at remaining free agents, we need to be highly selective. Cornerbacks like Tariq Woolen are out there, but scheme fit is a massive question mark. Do we drop $15 million on a corner, or find a hungry player for half the price? I strongly believe we need to hold our fire on paying top dollar for defensive backs, guards, and running backs right now. Speaking of guards, Elijah Vera Tucker got snatched by the Patriots. But there is a massive opportunity staring us in the face. The Green Bay Packers just released Elgton Jenkins, and the Raiders need to call his agent immediately. We have our left tackle, a phenomenal center, our right guard, and our right tackle. We are literally a left guard away from a complete trench unit. Jenkins is an all-pro caliber talent. Sure, he is getting older, but when it comes to the offensive line, age timelines don't matter as much. You need big veterans protecting your rookie quarterback. You cannot afford to throw Fernando Mendoza to the wolves with a turnstile at left guard. Bringing in a proven mauler like Jenkins changes the entire attitude of the offensive line from day one. Question of the day, Raider Nation, I need to hear from you in the comments right now. If you were the general manager, would you aggressively pursue Elgton Jenkins to protect Fernando Mendoza, or draft a rookie lineman instead? Drop your answers down below. Let's talk about a reunion that could spark fireworks. The Packers just cut cornerback Nate Hobbs, exactly 1 year after he left Las Vegas for a 4-year, $48 million deal. This is wild. We all know the story with Hobbs. When healthy, he is an absolute terror. He forces fumbles, diagnoses plays with a ridiculously high football IQ, and perfectly fits the aggressive, Mike McDonald-style defense Rob Leonard is putting together. But the man cannot stay healthy, which is exactly why he was let go initially. He only played 11 games last year. Do we bring him back? Absolutely. But under one strict condition, a heavily incentive-based contract. I would offer him $10 million, but only guarantee about $3 million. The rest. You get paid per game. You suit up for 20-plus snaps, you get a $400,000 game check. You sit out. You get nothing. A smart slot dynamo like Hobbs could take this defense to the next level. In other news, former Raiders quarterback Kenny Pickett signed a $7.5 million deal with the Carolina Panthers. It is crazy to think we gave up mid-round draft picks to acquire guys like Pickett and Geno Smith, and now both are gone. Finally, I have to give massive credit to the front office for the absolute masterclass they are putting on with recent contracts. Every single deal we've handed out, Tyler Linderbaum, Quay Walker, Nakobe Dean, Kwity Paye, Eric Stokes, Taron Johnson, they are all brilliantly structured 2-year commitments. Take Tyler Linderbaum. We gave him 3 years and $81 million, but only $60 million is guaranteed. After 2 seasons, if things go south, we can move off him without taking a catastrophic dead cap hit. Quay Walker is the exact same story, 3 years, $40 million, but only $28 million guaranteed. This is next-level foresight. Why? Because in 2 or 3 years, this roster is going to get insanely expensive. If Fernando Mendoza turns into a top 10 franchise quarterback, and Brock Bowers demands $45 million, and running back Ashton Jeanty asks for $22 million, we need immense cap flexibility. By building these escape hatches into current veteran contracts, the Raiders are ensuring that when our young superstars are ready to break the bank, we will have the exact funds needed to keep them. It is brilliant roster construction. That's going to wrap it up for today's massive update. The draft is going to be the ultimate battleground for us, and I cannot wait to see what happens. I've got some deep dive film breakdowns dropping either later today or tomorrow, so stay tuned. We are going to be dissecting every single angle of these recent moves, looking at the tape, and seeing exactly how these new additions fit into our offensive and defensive schemes. Make sure your notifications are turned on so you don't miss a single second of the action. Until next time, keep the passion alive, Raider Nation.